G'day guys, and welcome back to the Vemma YouTube videos. Hope you guys had a great holiday period. Happy New Year. I've been having a ball. I am up at Big White, one of the ski resorts, which is why I have a bit of a cold because it is ripping through here at the moment. But I'm in high spirits because it is just awesome up here. What we're going to do today is we're going to kick off a new video series. New year, new video series. Great way to start it. So this series is going to be called So You Want to Be a Scalper. And shout out to Della, one of our devs, for the inspiration for that name because I do love it. It comes about because we've had quite a few users who are scalping and they've had things happen with their trades that they don't really understand. They don't understand why certain things have happened. And that's common, right? Because scalping does inherently carry a lot of additional risks, or it amplifies a lot of risks that are always present in trading, but they're just really exacerbated when you're scalping. So hopefully this video series can really show you guys why scalping is more difficult. It's absolutely possible to make money while scalping. I've done it before, but there are things that do make it maybe not significantly harder than things like swing trading, but you know, there's additional factors that can up the difficulty level. So in the first video, what I'm going to talk about is one, what is scalping? And then two, I'm going to talk about psychology because I always think it's the most important place to start. So I'm going to start there. In the other videos, I'll cover things like step sizes, low liquidity pairs, high volatility, slippage, which is kind of the be all and end all when it comes to scalping. Most of the other things contribute to slippage, and slippage is, you know, the end result that actually costs you the money. I'll also talk about fees, I'll talk about funding fees, and I will talk about Vemma's risk to reward fee adjusted figure, which I think is one of the most important details we show you guys. It takes something that is usually very hidden, which is the impact of fees, and it makes it very, very clear. And when you're scalping, you can really see the difference that fees are making to your trade. So what we're going to do is we will get started. Okay, so what is scalping? Now, I've never seen an exact definition of scalping, right? Everyone seems to have their own definition. You know, Investopedia will have one, and then Baby Pips will have another. But the gist of it, what everyone seems to agree on is it's small time frame trading. It's just how they define small seems to differ a lot of the time. In my opinion, scalping is anything 15 minutes and less. 15 minutes could be day trading, it could be scalping. It's kind of that gray area. Anything less than that is scalping. This is something I've spoken about in another video, not on the Vemma channel, on my own channel, but there's kind of two things to consider when you figure out what you are as a trader or who you are as a trader, and it is the time frame you're going to trade and then your strategy. So you might be a fib scalper, you might be a day trade fib trader, you might be a scalper who uses RSI, right? One is the time-based thing, that is scalping, day trading, swing trading, investing, and the other is your actual strategy, what you use to enter and exit, essentially. So, you know, things like fibs, things like trend lines, that sort of thing. So in my opinion, anything less than 15 minutes, scalping. 15 minutes, could be scalping, could be day trading, doesn't really make a difference, it's kind of just somewhere in the middle. So that is what scalping is. Now, psychology is a massive, massive factor in scalping, and there's a few reasons for that. I've told this story a few times. I don't know if I've told it on the Vemma channel, but I used to gamble professionally, and I would basically do all my week's work in a couple of hours on a Saturday afternoon. I would bet on horses, and if I bet on enough horses in a row that won, let's say 5 or 6, I would start to believe that those horses were winning because I backed them. Not that I was backing winning horses, but me betting on that horse was what made it win. That's called being on tilt. It's when you're not level-headed, right? And that was insane enough that as soon as I started feeling that way, I knew I was on tilt. It was really easy to see. Scalping is similar. When you are having that rush of fast wins and big wins and fast money, it is so easy to get on tilt. And the same in reverse. When you are having big losses often, which happens in scalping, it is really easy to get on tilt in the negative direction. Now tilt, whether it's positive or negative, is negative either way, right? Both tilts are bad for your trading. You do not want to be on tilt when you are trading. So scalping inherently carries a higher risk of being on tilt because everything's happening so fast. That's why a lot of people like to scalp, right? You have that, you know, that degenerate gambler that a lot of people keep mentioning in the crypto world. That's, I think, a big part of why a lot of people love to scalp. People want to make fast money. It's a bit of a rush. Everyone wants to get rich quick. It's all those sorts of things. So scalping inherently, I'm saying inherently a lot in this video, but scalping does really bring out that side of psychology. Now, the other important part of psychology when it comes to scalping is, do you actually want to scalp? Because this was a big one for me. I built a really profitable scalping strategy years ago. It was probably the first ever profitable strategy that I built. And I paid for one-on-one lessons at one point because I just wanted to get better in my trading. And the guys said to me, this system's great, but why'd you get into trading? And I said, well, I got into trading because I wanted to free up my time and, wanted to have more time to work on the things that I actually like doing. Trading's kind of like just a means to an end for me. And they said, how's that working for you? And I said, well, I'm spending like 12 hours a day on my scalping strategy to make, reasonable money. And they're like, so have you freed up your time? And I was like, not at all. I just swapped one job for another, and I was probably working more hours than I used to in my job. So have a think about why you got into trading, and then have a think about, is scalping for you? You might love that fast-paced rush. I certainly do. I do miss it. I don't scalp very often anymore. I do miss that fast-paced rush. I do have scalping strategies that I do employ sometimes. There's nothing wrong with scalping, but have a think about, is it what you actually want to be doing? Does it align with your trading goals and why you got into trading in the first place? And if it does, be very, very careful with getting on tilt. Have some rules in your trade plan that can check how is your head doing, right? That you use between trades when you are scalping, because it is very, very easy to get very out of hand psychologically very quickly. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully that has explained what scalping is and why psychology is a massive factor when it does come to scalping. I'll see you guys soon in the next video of this series. Have a great day, happy trading, and I'll talk to you very soon.